So I've got a very good friend who believes that one day Africa will feed the world, and I think that's a basis that I'd like to build from. I think the potential is there. We all know about it, even though it's a bit of a cliche. But let's use a couple of practical examples, I think, to lift this out. And there are some examples of clear cut wins and successes on the continent, and the one that springs to mind is Sudan under the TAT program that's been run by the African Development Bank, where using these new technologies, Sudan is effectively transforming its food security. It's building self sufficiency. It's building more resilience to climatic shocks. It's enhancing the productivity of farmers on the ground by using these new methods. And this is creating a virtuous circle. And we've seen tangible results as a result of this program, where whereas in the past Sudan was producing only 25% of its wheat needs to meet its domestic demand, in a matter of a few years it's now up to almost 50%. This is not rocket science. It's been done in a very simple, pragmatic way. It's achieved considerable success, and I think this points to an example of just being innovative and being pragmatic in the way that we design policy. So there's a lot here around the use of technology, around bringing this concept to life on a micro level and not being too ambitious. And I think for those who are not familiar with it, I'd really encourage you to kind of look into the successes that it's had and how it's transforming that food security landscape. I think there are also a couple of examples. You look at tomato juice in Nigeria and what they've done in terms of enhancing the ability of Nigeria to produce its own products and its own produce. I think that's another success story. But I think one of the big issues and most important issues that excites me is the fact that in Africa, innovation is driven by necessity. And if you look at the way that African innovators adapt to changing circumstances, we've seen it with the likes of M-Pesa and Mkopa and all of these innovations which allow us to leapfrog. I think that is something that's really exciting, and that innovation is going to lead to new ways of doing things which will catalyze growth. I think what we do need